team, bitch. I'm glad I haven't been killed yet, because I really do think I'm like the faithful of the faithfuls, which is not the best position to be in. I'm shocked I haven't been murked yet, but Noah crying at that last round table was like kind of crazy. I'm like, bae, you are not meant for this shit. Like, I didn't think I'm meant for this shit because I'm stupid, but at least I'm not crying at these tribal council, Freudian slip, at these round tables, okay? I'm coming back at you guys a little hotter, a little dirtier, a little bloodier, and in my overalls. So make all the fan edits.
I've been gunning for them since the traitors and faithfuls were chosen. When they were chosen, we came up. I noticed that she was trying to hide a smirk and a grimace, so I was like, sketchy.
I was spot on about Dirks, okay? That, I'm taking credit for that.
Like when everybody was voting for Dirks, I was like in my head like, what are these people doing? Oh my god, it's not her, it's not her, it's not her.
Saloni, because she was very pro-Dirks and trying to get that suspicion away from Dirks.
And then it was Dirks. Now I think there's more suspicion on me than there was in previous rounds, so I'm trying to be a little bit more smart about seeming innocent because I am.
I feel a little more suspicious of Mikey because I think the Norman vote was wild, and I don't know why you would do that, especially for someone so vocal and playing so hard in the game.
I did get one vote at last round table from Mikey, and his reasoning was a little weird. He was trying to throw away a vote. He's been very vocal, so it's like obviously he's a traitor, so I don't think he is, though, so I'm not going to let that affect me. It seems like I'm not on people's radars and people trust me, so I plan on keeping that for a while.
Loki, I think Mikey got recruited.
I've gotten closer to Ty this last round, considering I voted for him, and then we tried to clear the beef.
So me, Ty, Meredith, and Danny have all played Survive and different LRG, so I feel like the fact that none of us have gotten murdered yet is like means one of them is a traitor. So I kind of think one of them might be, but it's still too soon to call any of them out.
Players, welcome to your next mission. Snitches get shields. Players, I have to say, if you can't bring a killer to justice, then we might have to bring in the professionals. And in fact, we have.
There he is!
And in fact, we have. You are now all active suspects in an official investigation by the authorities for the previous murders today. Everyone here. So, me, will be interrogating you separately 5 times. In order to teach you to talk, the police will be putting a different advantage up for grabs each round. You each have 3 tokens that you can use to help decide how the round goes. Those are the little diamonds that you all have with you. Everyone got 3? Yes? Okay. So for this first round, the cops are offering up a public shield as a reward. If you put a token on yourself, you're cutting a deal with the police to try and get a shield. If you put a token on another player, you're backing up their story to help them get the shield and cooperating. If you play a token against another player, you're throwing them under the bus, and I will remove a token from them. Whichever player has the most tokens at the end of the round wins the shield. Keep in mind though, there are 5 rounds total, and you only have 3 tokens. So you use them wisely. The police never actually help in horror movies, or in real life for that matter. So, you can also win money for the pot every round you refuse to squeal. You can choose to play a token on Stay Quiet, and if the most tokens are there after that round, you'll win $10 for the pot. You may choose not to play a token at all, since you only have 3 and the other 5 tokens, but you'll leave your fate in that round to the hands of the other players, so carefully consider who you trust. You'll have around 4 minutes to discuss amongst yourselves, and then one at a time you'll come and see me and place your bet. Does that make sense? Okay.
Just make sure that the money gets the majority tokens as well. It would be very selfless.
I'll do the money.
I'll do the money.
We don't all have to put our money in right now, so maybe it'd be helpful to always only have like a minute or 2 left. Who's going to put their money in, and then everybody else should just abstain. So if you want to put the money in, raise your hand. Alright, that should be enough, and then the rest of you can just abstain this round. Okay, so I kind of commandeered this round. I'm putting mine on the money pot.
Stay.
Put money in the pot.
Pot money.
I'm money for the pot.
I'm keeping my money.
I'm abstaining.
Abstain from this round. Abstain.
Carrie, did you do it? Was it you?
I ain't talking to no
Oh,
Buzz. I ain't no canary.
Okay. What would you like to do this round?
I'm gonna abstain.
Okay, thanks, Cares.
You're welcome.
Love you, bye.
Sounds suspicious.
Mwah.
All right, thank you, Stefan.
How many people here do comedy? Oh, wow. A lot more.
I can reveal after there's interrogations that $10 has been added to the pot. Good job, everyone. All right, for this next round, we are going to have a double shield. So this means you cannot be banished or murdered this round.
Keep this double shield.
A traitor.
Actually, fair.
Because that's the
Right.
then like a shield.
Yeah.
Right.
But if they picked it, we know. They tell us afterwards.
We have to vote for that person.
So would it make sense for us to
Put it
put enough money so it'll supersede a trader trying to get a double shield?
Yeah.
And
Well, to do
then
that, we only need 4, right, on the money, or
I mean, if
unless
there's...
people start pooling.
Yeah, if there's people pooling.
And since there's going to be more rounds, if a double shield is already tempting enough for the traders, future rounds will be even more tempting and pulling will be easier then.
Yeah.
So I think we should do a bunch of abstaining and money on the pot for everybody.
Yeah, we need to be preserving as much as we possibly can.
Money for the pot.
What would you like to do?
I'm supposed to be giving you a token and I'm abstaining.
Ooh, she's naughty.
You can put it somewhere they won't find it.
I am proud to say that I finally understand this game now that we're in round 2.
Yay, that's not too bad.
Exactly. I'm putting this on the money.
Not that way.
I am really bad at directions.
There you go.
That's right.
Yep, no, that was right, that was right.
Okay, bye.
Nope, you missed it. By the bounty. Cue the bounty. There you go. It is a miss.
I would like to abstain.
Good deal. I like strength on the show.
My God,
What a
yeah.
dream.
I'm going to be putting 1 for the money.
What, 2 for the show?
2 for the show.
Okay, thank you so much.
And here I go. Abstain.
Hello.
I would like to abstain this round.
I'm abstaining.
Guess I'm gonna abstain. I'm not gonna.
I'm abstaining.
I'm gonna abstain.
Oink, oink, smells like bacon in here.
Wow.
It's fancy double hit because he's a vegetarian. Hi.
What would you like to do?
I'm not doing shit.
Oh, okay. To another intense round of interrogation. Tears were shed. And I can reveal that another $10 was up to you. Congratulations for this next round. There's a few more options. So we have the $10 as normal. Then we have a public extra vote. So that means at round table, you will write either 1 name times 2 or 2 names on your vote chart. Everyone will know that you have 2 votes, but you will get 2. And a lose a vote. You will be able to cancel out someone's vote, and this will remain anonymous. You would tell the producer, and then at the round table, when they read their vote, I'll say, I'm so sorry, your vote was canceled out.
If there is someone that we're convinced is a traitor, like if we don't want them to have a vote,
Yeah.
it's not that. Like, so does anyone feel that strongly about someone being a traitor? And we can also do side conversations if we want, but I don't feel that strongly either. But that's actually what better damage is for.
Is this our third round, right?
Yeah.
So maybe honestly, because also some people still have 3 jewels, we should do money this round, so that everybody at least is on the even playing field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So money
in
every single
addition to these ones.
Great.
Sounds good to me.
Right, let's go.
So, how are you feeling? Tell me about your relationship with your parents.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think it's weird that I'm doing this whole thing,
Oh.
talking to cops.
You know? Fair. And you know, what do you want to do, Cares?
I would like to bet 1 for the pot. 9 towards the pot.
Wow, so virtuous.
I know, thank you.
I'm gonna pay for money.
Money? Money, please.
Money, please. Money, please.
I would like to abstain.
I'm not going to use it. I'm going to abstain.
And vote for the money.
I will be once more abstaining.
Not using any coins this time or jewels.
Are people talking in there and breaking into groups, or is it one big group?
No, it's one big group.
Boo,
I know, it's really
boring.
tough. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Abstaining? This time, y'all shook it up and added $2 more to the Okay, for this next round, hopefully you like this better. This is going to be a secret shield. No one else will know that you have it. The traders will not know that you have it. But if someone tries to murder you tonight, you will be protected and then no one.
Everybody who gave money the first time has won, so I gave money the second time, so I still have 2. I'm willing to give money again, just to make it fair.
Yeah, I'm the 2. I can give some money as well this turn. So if everybody who has 2 gives 1 for the money this turn, then the final round we all give the money and we're good. Okay.
Let's go.
I've got, I think, a solid thing going with Stefan. Though I'm not 100% not trusting him yet. I think I got a good thing going with Ben, which is good. But yeah, I think for this game we're gonna try something a little sneaky and see if we can get maybe a little secret advantage. Stir the pot a little bit.
Alright, so right now I'm really placing a lot of trust in Carrie. We put down for him to get a secret shield for this round. We're gonna try to tell different groups of people that we think have traders in them that I have a shield.
I'd like to just leave for Carrie.
I'm gonna play it on myself.
Yeah. Suck you bastard.
Oh my god.
They
how
all
dare
are.
you
They
talk
all
to-
are.
Okay.
1 for me.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not using a jewel. I told everyone that I would, but I'm keeping it for the last round. So I abstain.
I'm going for money, please.
This round I would like to abstain. Abstain this round.
1 for the money.
I have a long face.
I just don't think it's gonna be enough, you know? I'm gonna abstain again. I'm gonna write my shoe again.
You're
What am I
from
gonna
your
do?
You're dedicated. I appreciate it.
What am I gonna What am I gonna do with 3 tokens against everyone else's next time?
Well, hopefully have some conversations. Pull together.
I'll do some. I'm trying.
I'm not gonna use it.
All right, another round over, another round of interrogation. And this time, you have not added any money to the pot. Someone has won a secret shield, and that person will find out after the mission. So someone's gonna be safe tonight.
Well, yeah, honestly, check.
So wait, last round, how many
Don't
people?
share that. Keep a minute. This last round, for $20. Wow. That's like a
Alright guys, for real.
Guys, this time for real.
Yeah, I might confess my apologies.
And the other option, the other advantage is, since we're in a police station, you are going to cooperate with the sheriff. The advantage will give you the opportunity to find out the identity of one faithful. For sure.
Okay, we need to pull for this.
So you cannot tell anyone if you won. You have to keep that information to yourself. So yes, you can pool, but it can't be public knowledge what they found out. That person will give us 5 names, and we will tell you one of them that is a faithful.
And they can't tell anyone.
They can just be like, I feel bad about this person, I don't think they're a traitor, but they can't say, I won this thing, they're confirmed a faithful.
Let's get the money then.
Yeah.
$20.
For the faithfuls, it is valuable to know one faithful going into the next round, because just in terms of the how they voted up to this point, it's the most information that we have, actually, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though it's one person, it's because faithfuls, we don't actually know anything.
But it's one person, and the person who finds out can lie. Or they could get killed.
There's more advantage, I think, because the thing is, traders have an advantage of knowing information. They know who everybody is. Faithfuls don't actually know anything, and if one person can know one more faithful, maybe it'll go to waste, but it will help the faithfuls.
There's no downside to the faithful. My other trader is a faithful, or like I trust them, they're good.
Well, I also don't believe we should decide on it publicly because that'll be a huge target for the traders. If we settle on someone in this group, then they can just target them immediately. And so maybe we split? And chat? Okay. Or
I understand knowing if faithful is valuable, but it's not like it's gonna be a monster.
One faithful. I just thought they're probably gonna get murdered. Too. Like once it got to yeah. So it's like, well, we did all that, but was it worth it?
Did you see me get lost? I did. Oh boy. I'd like to bet on the faithful information leak for
So who would it? Nurse.
okay, I tried my best.
Wow. Tell me bring about the shoe.
I'm gonna put 3 on myself.
Okay.
Thank you.
The last round we did not do what we said we were going to do, but I'm going to get the $20, so I'm putting in for the money.
Okay, good.
And these two
I'm tied?
Yeah. I was kind of holding on to it to see if there would be something crazy cool to put it on. Put it on my...
And you had all 3?
Yeah, no, I only have... Oh, there it is. 2 on my 2.
I'm gonna be such a good person for my money in the pot.
Wow.
Can I use that myself?
Putting 1 gem on Carrie.
Officer.
Well.
Well. The winner will be randomly chosen.
1, 2.
It worked out.
Yeah, thank you.
Hopefully things work out.
I'm giving this to my girl Mary.
Because ACAP.
Final round, and after talking to the cops for 5 rounds, some of you decided you want to talk to them a little more, and someone won the sheriff power. What's going to happen is we are going straight into round table. There's going to be no talk time, but on the way, we're going to go one at a time back to where you came, and I will tell the winners what they won, and they will talk to you. Carrie, congratulations, you have won this secret shield. You will not be murdered this evening. How do you feel? Yeah? Good. How did you make that happen?
I got on tight little group with Stefan.
Okay, interesting. Congratulations, you have won. You have the power of the sheriff. If you could give me 5 names, I will tell you one of those names is a faithful. You will have that information. You can't confirm that they are faithful to anyone else, but you will.
Okay. It is. Thank you. Stefan. Saloni. Duncan, Stefan, Saloni. Carrie. Norman.
Saloni is a faithful.
Thank you so much.
All right, the time has come for another round table. It's time for you to discuss amongst yourselves who you believe is a traitor. The person with the most votes will be banished. You're only going to have a few minutes to discuss. It's a quick round, so make sure to get your points in quickly. Begin.
Can I go ahead? I want to talk a little bit more this round. No, but I think that honestly our most telling piece of information right now is how the Dirks vote went, because it was so split and because it was an actual traitor vote. So maybe if we could wanted to just talk through who everyone voted for last round, sort of maybe the reasons for that, and then see if we get anything from there.
I'll go first because I voted for. Keep wanting to say Stefan.
And that was just because when I was having my conversations before the round table, the only names I was hearing was Dirk and Stefan. And I hadn't really heard Carrie's names. That was surprising. It came up so many times during the vote. So I was just going with the other name that I thought it was, because Dirk's really convinced me. I really thought it wasn't her. So good job, Dirks. I was convinced. Wrongfully so.
So I did not vote for Dirks because the two options that were being talked about, I did not personally see the things that everyone was saying as their basis, and we had been saying don't vote with groupthink, so that I did not have anyone else except for the person that just said that I was the reason that he was quiet, and I didn't want to put a target on myself voting for someone based on groupthink, and then they ended up being a faithful, and that's the reason I cut down.
I also didn't vote for Dirks. I voted for Todd. Again, I genuinely just spent 45 minutes with Dirks and was convinced, and then I was wrong.
I voted for Dirks, obviously, and mine was just like she played before everyone makes up production paper trader.
I voted for Carrie because when I was partnered up with Dirks around prior, she was asking me how the voting works, or when we were going to be voting again, so I just it was like, oh my god, okay, you're a faithful, what do you know? And then also you had admitted to saying that you were a traitor in the first round, and I really, going into the last vote, I was like, you said you put it down. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't have a lot to go off, so that's why I voted for you.
Something that I noticed and I would like to have the chance to address is that I saw Jackie and Dennis talking a lot. I have gotten good credibility from both of you, so I'd like to hear what you were chatting about.
I mean, I can go because the conversation happened because we actually hadn't had a one-on-one conversation in a while, and that's why I asked to talk to him. So we were kind of touching base on who we were suspecting, and I hadn't spoken to him in a while. So I'm a little surprised to hear you say that you've seen us talk a lot together because that was our first one-on-one conversation.
I meant in that.
Yeah, in that episode, that was the first time that we have, and since I feel like this time of the day.
It was basically just like,
Yeah.
Sorry, I know my name's been thrown around a lot. Is everybody still hesitant on the theory that I think
Doing a lot of stuff.
Alright.
One other thing that I want to say is another name that I've heard a lot is Salome. And Dirks was standing up and you said, I don't think that she's a traitor though. And then it was a reveal of a traitor, and in my head I was like, I feel like that's something a co-traitor would say immediately before their co-traitor is about to be revealed. So I have been saying for a while that I don't have any things that I've observed on my own with anyone else, but I've heard your name from other people, and that is something that I've observed, and we haven't heard from you this round table.
Yeah, that's totally fair. That was genuine because I didn't think it was Dirk, so I was like, I don't think it's Dirk. I wanted to be right about that. I was wrong about that, so I was co-signed off on that. But because my name has been going around, I feel like any other comments I've made or suspicions kind of into discussing that. But in that moment, that was a genuine I don't think it's Dirk.
I will say I was so suspicious because you had been on the Dirk bandwagon and you really before that were no, it couldn't be, and it felt like you were trying to lead people astray. Yeah. But then I kind of went back to this morning, I guess, when we were all kind of standing over there. It was a group of us chatting, kind of half and half, and you were the one who was like, no, I probably think that the traitors didn't vote for Dirks in that, and that includes me in that. And I was just like, that is. It really struck me as something that I don't think a traitor would say if you were like, oh, I think that a traitor probably did not vote that way, and I'm included in that.
I mean, I genuinely think how we spent the first half of this round, it's very clear every single person who didn't vote for Dirks. I think that those are all fair names for people, me included, to vote now in this round, because I think if someone voted, I don't think it would have been smart for a traitor to vote for Dirks.
I'm gonna give you one more minute.
I don't think Dirks had enough majority in that moment, and I think half of the group didn't vote for Dirks.
Was it clear that Dirks was going home, so no traitor would be incentivized for throwing their vote onto Dirks? They would have actively had to be I'm going to cannibalize Dirks and send them home.
No, yeah, I was like, I voted for Saloni for that time because of how direct you were about Jack when we did our one-on-ones together. Because you were very much decided, and I hadn't heard anything about him before that minute, so I was like, why is it so pointed? But then, and then it feels like the traitors made that decision too, because then we went to a larger group and they were all Jack, and I was like, where's this? And I understood the logic, but at the
also, do you remember, like, we, like, went up to that group and we didn't even know.
We didn't know.
We didn't know. We hadn't, until, like, we still had to confirm who we were gonna vote for. We weren't sure.
Yeah.
This one was really tough. I voted for you, Ty, but it was really just that I didn't feel like we had a lot to go on last time.
I also voted for you, Ty.
Heard enough to convince me. Some of them. Sorry.
I was really conflicted on this because I don't know if I have enough information to blame the person, and I would hate if we continue to just target people who are speaking their mind, because I feel like a lot of times a lot of people are getting by not saying things and not speaking up and then hoping that they're just not murdered. But I'm sorry, I did vote for Saloni.
I voted for you, Danny. You went after my guy.
That's your guy.
Very good. Based on the recount of the Dirks vote and the fact that this person hasn't always spoken up in the circle, I voted Meredith.
Voted for Saloni.
Doing spaghetti on the wall. Ben. I haven't heard from you a lot at all, and I'm like, man, what if somebody's so quiet and you're just...
I feel like I've been quiet, but...
I don't know. Yeah. I don't think you've spoken on the roundtable yet.
No, I haven't.
I also voted for Saloni. I feel like we don't have a lot of evidence against anybody, but what we do have seems to be pointing in that direction.
I voted for Carrie. Sorry, I went after your
I can't promise what he does.
Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm being hoodwinked again like I was with Dirks, but I felt like Saloni really eloquently and logically explained a lot of the reasons and ways she came to things. And I'm just realizing with the moment when you walked up with the Jack vote, I was in the bigger group and we had already talked about Jack, so you weren't interjecting that into our group. I didn't put that together until just now, but yeah, so I don't think it's Saloni. Sorry.
Right after the last roundtable, because I did a burn vote, I wanted to do something based on my observations, and the only thing that I felt on top of hearing everything else was the comment that you made before, so Saloni.
I voted for Jake because Jake has also been pretty quiet. So what's going on?
What's up?
Case closed.
I voted Todd. I've heard a bunch of different names. I've heard a bunch of different reasons for different people, and I don't necessarily think it's you per se, but I would say it's suspect.
All right, all the votes have been cast. Saloni, I believe that is enough. If you would like to take some truth serum and then come to the threshold and reveal if you are a traitor or a faithful. I thought y'all were all doing this. Oh damn, she got this shit.
She's a fun girl.
It's like two.
Oh my god, you got it.
Spanish.
Oh,
Yeah.
Saloni, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that Carter is busy right now helping other murderers, but I'm here to exit interview you. I'm sorry you got knocked out. How are you feeling?
I feel totally fine, especially because I would rather get knocked out by vote than by murder. I feel like I have so much more control over the vote, and so I can take some ownership. I think when you first start the game, it's smart to just kind of blend in, don't cause too many ruffles. But as the game goes on, you need to, in order to make it interesting. I think perhaps I just did that too soon.
Yeah.
Her name is still out there. Everybody that throws my name is like, I don't really think it's you, but like I have a little bit of suspicion. So I don't know if it's just me being quieter or like what it is that I can do differently that's gonna turn people the other way. But
Yeah, I guess the question is, do you want to go after someone that said your name? I am fearful that that's going to put more of a target on you.
Yeah. Right.
So I lean more towards no for your sake.
Right. We did the Dirks. I was like, we could, and then you double bluff, like, because people think, why would she do that? And then
Yeah.
they just kind of get hurt by like.
So I feel like we need to go for people that are under the radar and not doing anything. We need to cut them out. Norman, yes. He I think could be a good option, but he was messing up. Like he couldn't remember which round he put Jules on.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could use that to stoke the flames of the suspicion on him. So who are the other quiet people? There's Meredith. And is it Dave? Jake, yes. Jake is another one.
Jake is a pretty strong strategy mind, so like I don't know, like
We could also
I don't know if he would be like I think he has more strategy behind him than he lets on. So that could come out later, and that may be a good idea to
just
do that.
nip it in the bud now.
I would also be fine with either Norm or Meredith, just because I know them, and some people know that I know them, and they may think that like that may take some heat off of me too, murdering someone that I'm like. I feel like we've a lot of like the people that are from like comedy like and have been the ones that have gotten.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to be like them to put it together that two comedy people were traitors. So maybe there's someone from a different like group that's the other traitor, and that's me or Meredith or Norm or
Yeah, I mean, I'll take your lead. Your name is on the block. So
We do need an answer. We don't have a lot of time.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Is he dead? Is he dead? No! Damn. Somebody spotted my car. Somebody stopped.
Speak up still.
Doesn't tell me anything. Right, you're a ghost now.
Dead by the hands of the traitors.
Traitors. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I feel there's a piece of me that is relieved because I feel like the next round of banishment, I was going to be attention was going to shift on me anyway, and I had a lot of early votes that I think are hard for me to justify, even though they were obviously earnestly done. I think being separated from both the like in the small group of the round two that ended up voting for Jack, and then within that small group that all voted Dirks, resisting Dirks and also voting for someone else doesn't look great for me, and I'm surprised that it hadn't got brought up before. And I feel like there was going to be a calculation of my game at that point that led to me being banished soon, if not next round. So I think the traitors, they seem to be targeting people who have like low level of buzz about them. So I'm interested in why me. I think there's a good chance it could have been me anyway if they hadn't, but